Hey everybody, this is Pastor Robinson bringing you the thought of the day. Welcome to my classroom. Why are we in a classroom? Well, yesterday I told you that we're going to start a new series and we're going to start discussing leading through crisis. And so over this next 7 days, my goal is that we would all come out as a more confident and a more poised leader in a time of crisis. And I don't know about you, but there's not much of a better time to talk about crisis than right now. And we've got so many different things going on. And of course, we're dealing with the COVID-19 situation, and we are also dealing with racial issues in the United States. These are times of crisis, and these are times when we need leadership. We are void of leadership at the federal level, at the national level, at the state level, and at the local level in some cases. So let's talk about leading through crisis. So principle number one, what is it? The first thing we need to do is to define the problem. Figure out what the problem is. Discover what the problem is. The Bible says that in all you're getting, get an understanding. That's what it says. It says get wisdom, but get an understanding. And I want you to know that there are some leaders that they sit at such a high level, they're never going to find out what's going on at ground level. When you want to know what's going on, you've got to get down into the weeds and determine and figure out that problem, because if you don't know what the real problem is in the crisis, you can never lead through it. How many of you know there was a time that when Jesus was in a great crisis, his disciples had fled from him, they had run, he had been arrested, he was in a bad situation. He had been accosted and was now in chains, and they took him to a man named Pilate. Pilate began to accuse Jesus of various crimes. But Jesus was in a crisis. But although he was in a crisis, he was able to lead through that crisis because he knew what the real problem was. The real problem wasn't that his disciples had run away from him. The real problem wasn't that people didn't believe on him. The real problem was that Satan did not want Jesus to make it to the cross so that he could be defeated through the shedding of blood. So what did Jesus say to Pilate? Pilate says, Jesus, he says, are you the king of the Jews? Are these accusations true? And Jesus knew the problem. He simply said, to this end was I born. For this cause came I into the world. He knew why he had come. He knew what the root of the problem was, and it helped him to lead through the crisis. First thing we have to do in this race is we have to define the problem. Whatever your crisis is, figure that out, and you're well on your way to leading through crisis. I want you to have a great day. Join us tomorrow for principle number 2. God bless you.